she like still like I don't point on here. Yeah, but we enjoyed it. Yeah, it was really good. I still dream about the garlic noodles. So I almost in Maui. She recommended us.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here. It is 10 o'clock. Not that you're not taking pictures up, but we're going to get started. Going to hit some things this morning before we get to the training that I put together for you guys. We're going to do this fall. Let me see if this is going to work. Hopefully not, since it's me doing it. There we go. So we're going to start with our core value this morning, and this is going to be kind of a theme going through the fall. We reject the status quo and encourage innovation. We hate complacency and are always looking for ways to do what we do better. Our team members are encouraged to think outside the box and innovate. As a company, we pivot fast and often, always looking for ways to improve and find the better way, which I hope that some of the things I'm going to give to you that I've been working really hard on that you like and that you can use in your daily business. Right now, I'd like to introduce Roger and Cassie from Walden Roofing, who brought us breakfast this morning. So let's thank them and go on. And Roger, the floor is yours.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Roger Walden. I have a company called Walden Roofing. And what it is, this company, it's a realtor-based company. So what I try to do is help you solve your problems should you have anything come up. And what I try to do is I do an inspection report for you. And I do it within about 24 hours. The phone call. I can go anywhere. If you need it in Gainesville, I don't know that I can necessarily have that in 24 hours, but I'll bet within 48 I do. I've done some roofs there. I've done some in Lubbock recently. We go all over. We're constantly in Weatherford or all the way to Greenville, McKinney, Cleveland, Denton, just everywhere. I have some gentlemen that work with me for me, and so they live in different areas, and I hired them like that by design. One lives in Plain, so that way there's speed to get this done. But what I wanted to show you what I do is I do a report for you, and this is what it looks like. It comes in, it'll have the picture, and then I'll give you a description of what I saw. And then I'm going to show you any pictures about the property, how it's ventilated, how old I think that roof is, things like that. We're pretty good at figuring this out, but I want to show you something that's, I purposely put it on this report. Do y'all see that stuff on that shingle right there? You all see that? Okay. I can find that scuff on every one of your houses. And what that is it's foot traffic. But the thing is, the reason I'm bringing that up is a lot of times home inspectors are going to put that on a report. And my wife is a teacher in Arlington Independent School District. That's what she does. She teaches. But if she got a report saying that this is bad, she's going to think the whole house is bad. So it lends credit. She doesn't know anything about construction, by the way. Just if she doesn't, she didn't know. We'll talk to my husband. I don't know anything, right? That's how she'll leave it. Anyway, so it lends credibility to you if somebody like me shows up and goes, "Oh, the roof's absolutely fine." Yeah, I see a picture of some scuffs. I wrote a report like that yesterday. Said this roof is absolutely fine. It's got a few scuffs on it. You're going to find it. And I wrote it like that because I knew it hadn't been inspected yet. And I knew they were going to call that out, and I was going to. And what I wrote in there was, "This is cosmetic damage only. It's perfectly fine. I can find this on any roof in the Dallas-Fort Worth area." Right? So that kind of helps you. It lends credibility. If you're getting ready to list a property or something, you want to find out whether it's good or bad instead of waiting until your option period and your hair's on fire and you got to close in 3 days and stuff like that. You might call us a little ahead of time and say, "Hey, can you do an inspection for us on this roof?" They're free of charge. The only thing I ever try to ask is if I go out and do them for you, and you don't have to sell it for me, just recommend this and go to these guys. I have a lifetime warranty on my work, and it's in writing in the contracts. The other part is I don't have to have any money up front. We've saved our money. I put the roof on, and then after I'm done doing all the work, if they say, "Hey, everything looks good," I'll let them pay me. And that's kind of how I do it. So you never hear of a situation where a contractor, ran off with some elderly lady's money. I hear about that all the time, and we get lumped into that. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just that's what it is. I carry $2 million worth of insurance, grudgingly. because it is expensive to carry that much insurance. They base it on how much your sales, and every year it has gone up higher and higher and higher. It started out about $6,000. I think it's up to about 25,000 a year now.
Wow.
I do roofs, gutters, and sheetrock. That's mostly what I do. And we are very good at those things. Very. The gentlemen that are with me, I'll just tell you all real quick. It's going to sound like I'm complaining, but I'm really not. I'm going to tell you something to tell you why I have who I have. My company is about 5 years old. I've got 20 years experience doing this. But I started this company during COVID. My friends were like, "Why would you start a company during COVID? You can't even go see anybody." I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't think that out too well." But I had helped build a bigger company in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I won't tell you which one it is, but I'd helped build that company. And when we started that company, it was in a 2-car garage in Mansfield, Texas. And we built it up. When I left, we were doing about $70 million a year in roofs. I was the number 1 salesman in that company. And then at one point, I was the number 1 manager. Everybody wanted to be on my team because I used to help them and train them and all that. My problem was, after we got big, there was no accountability. And I'm talking about to the crews. And he would hire anybody who would work cheap. And what I mean by that, he say, well, the national average, you got to pay these guys $70 a square, but I got these guys right here for $50 a square. And I got tired of crushing people's flower beds and watching shingles get thrown in swimming pools. That was the straw that broke the back for me, was when I was in Robeson Ranch putting the roof on. I brought a pool cover and I wanted to tarp that pool, which I still do to this day. I said, guys, I got an insurance adjuster meeting to go to. I just need y'all to cover that pool, make sure nothing gets in that pool. And also, I want y'all to take care of the flower beds. What we do on that is I set sawhorses down there, I put plywood. So I protect somebody's property. When I came back, the pool tarp was laid across the front yard. A couple guys were laying on it, the cooler, and there were shingles in the swimming pool. And I went and spoke to the owner. I said, guy, I've had enough of these crews. I said, they don't care and they don't work for me. I can't make them care. I said, but you can. So he sizes you up. He figures out what you want to hear, and he says that to you. And then when you leave the room, he does absolutely nothing about it. Now, I said all that to tell you why I started Walden Roofing, because I can't make people care, but I can make them go away. Every one of my crews have been with me since day one. I brought them with me. They were the best of the best. I have the absolute greatest roofer in the entire world, and I would debate this with anybody. And I'd say, y'all want to have a contest? We'll do a roof, and you do one, and I'll show you the differences. These guys are exceptionally good. I get more compliments on my gutter gentlemen than I do anybody that, of any of our crews. They come out custom make gutters just right on the site, things like that, and they are professional. Calls you up. Nobody ever calls me and goes, well, I got nails in the driveway or something like that. These guys run the magnets through the yards and things like that. So if you send me out, I'm not going to do something to embarrass you. It's the real point that I'm making here. Like I said, I'll have that report to you in about 24 hours. I'm going to leave a couple of these around here because I put some of my, like, you have to go to school. I don't have to in the roofing industry. There's no license to be had, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. But I've gone to different schools and I put a bunch of my credentials in here. Y'all can look through there and see. Maybe at least I got a piece of paper that says I know how to roof. One last thing I'll just touch on this and then I'll be done was, y'all ever have a customer that I'm getting ready to sell the property and they filed a claim and they got the money and then they went to Disney World with that money? No, none of y'all, just me. Anyway, but you know you got to sell it. I can go put the roof on and wait to get paid at closing. So that's something you have in your arsenal. I don't know if you have that now, but I can do that. So that is.
Is that your cell phone number?
That is absolutely myself.
Okay. So I just want everybody to have that, put it in your contacts. I'll put all this in Slack this afternoon, but he's the one in my contact list and he'll be.
I've used Roger for my entire real estate career. So I could say that, I call him, he answers, he will get in as quickly as possible. He's done many, many roofs for my clients and never had one problem. So.
Well, I've had roofers and I've had problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going in my contact
That's
list.
the reason I started this company. we're gonna make a profit, and I actually pay these guys more than the industry standard. They don't leave me. They're happy. If y'all go by Arlington right now, I'll give you the address. We'll put the roof on today. And no more. You can go see if I really do set the landscape up the way I just said. But anyway, any questions? Nah. You've all met a roofer before?
Thank you so much.
Thank
for
y'all
coming,
too.
Walker. We appreciate you. Thank you for breakfast. Second again, please. And we'll see you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'll be in touch, I promise.
All right.
You'll be hearing from me.
Thank you.
Cassie, nice to meet you.
Oh, she's gone.
Oh, she is, okay. Jimmy? You're up.
We got 1 minute.
Got 1 minute.
Go.
5 seconds.
You wasted 5 seconds.
Did it?
I don't know.
You're 10 seconds in, that is.
I'm gonna wait a minute. Hey, I wanted to give you guys a quick update on Pool and Outdoor. We I don't know what's going on with this role, but like it's been crazy. Jeff, I don't know if you guys 3 weeks ago had a seizure and then had some like heart complications with that, and had COVID, and it's been like a month of just like crazy stuff. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this was like Phil all over again. And so anyways, I talked to Jeff and his wife last Friday, and he's just going to take a step back from working, just period. And so as of Friday, it's no longer with us. And so we had been talking about this for a while, and so I knew it could be a possibility. And so we have anybody worked with Josh Schoonover? Anybody with J Custom Landscape? Has anybody worked with that? Okay. Well, Josh has been with us for 5 years. He's a contractor of ours, and he has his own landscaping company, and he also does pools for us. You guys didn't probably know that, but he's been doing pools and outdoor and landscaping for us. And so I've been talking with him quite a bit, and he's going to come on with 6th Ave. He's already been doing it for a long time. He's been working for us for 5 years. We know him, we trust him. Hopefully he's healthy. Like, hopefully, like, man.
Yes.
Against the wall. Maybe swap the offices.
Yeah,
Or the chairs or something.
we gotta be praying away whatever curse is going on there. So kind of the new way of going about it. If you've given a referral for a pool lead, it's still being worked. I have called every single person personally and just kind of updated them, making transition. Happy to announce we have not lost a single customer over this. It's been really Jeff did a really good job with designing, and we transitioned pretty well for most customers. First of yours was the final blow. Yours was the last customer. I was like, we got to make sure everybody's taking, so that was good. And so, yeah, I've talked to every single one. And so I'm going to take over the pool leads. And so if you have a pool lead or a referral outdoor space, just set them up with me, and then myself and Josh will go out there, and we're just going to kind of do that together. And so this is not really uncommon for us. I do a lot of construction leads too. So myself or Lauren might do it too. But yeah, so not really a huge difference for you guys. Just want to give you guys that announcement and say a little prayer for Jeff as well. But he's doing good. He's back from the hospital. He's doing good. He's feeling good. I think he just needs some break from work. It was just too much pressure and the stress and all that kind of stuff. It was just too much for him. And so anyways, you got a pool referral, let me know. You just set them up with me, and I will take care of it. We have a referral list that we keep track of. And so if you have any other questions about your referral that you've given, just come and talk to me. I can give you an update on the whole thing. So, all right. Any thoughts, questions for that?
You gonna do the other?
3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the second announcement, yeah, let's make sure. Okay. Second announcement, I have let go of Camber and have replaced her with Rachel. I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
Love
So here's a couple things. You guys don't experience this.
Same Rachel?
Said Rachel. Yeah. You guys don't experience this with me. But if you guys, I have a leadership standard. Like I think it's a pretty high standard. And so we have a leadership meeting once a week. And so I expect there's like just a certain characteristic in our set of characteristics and core values that we have at Sixth Ave, especially if you're in leadership. And
Jenna, can you mute, please?
oh, you're good. I'm going. Jen's giving me high fives. And so one of those characteristics is just tenacity and urgency, and making sure you're responsive, and especially when it comes to our agents, especially when it comes to our team, and so if you're at a core position like that, where you're literally billing and all these things are coming through, I expect responsiveness. I expect it to like be accurate and like taking care of our people, like with tenacity. Like this is like Brian is a great example of this. It's like if you call him, he's like, it's almost works too fast, right? He's almost like too responsive. And it's like, Brian, hold on.
Not you.
I know. I got a text last night at 7:00. What do you want?
But there was a text at 7 p.m. Like, isn't that
Absolutely.
crazy? Like, it's almost like, slow down, you know, listen. And it's like, that's an expectation, and I was not getting that. And I was like, hey, you need to fix it. Second time, like, now, fix it now. And third time, I like, it's over. So, and I moved pretty quickly with that kind of stuff. And so, it's just, if you're going to lead here with Sixth Ave and this team, you got to perform. And if you're going to be on a leadership role, you got to perform. And if you don't, you're out. Like it's, as I do that pretty quickly. And so Brian, Kayla, Lauren, Rachel has done it for years. She's coming back. I persuaded her that she's starting like yesterday. So we move fast. If you're not up to par on leadership team, so if you guys experience something like that, I know you guys have experienced it with Camber. That was very frustrating. Clarissa, you didn't say anything? Danielle, okay. Okay, thank you. If you feel that from anybody on our leadership team.
Well, I figured she was new.
Yeah, I agree. There's grace for new, but at the same time, it's like, you got to get with it. Like, you got to come on. And so I was frustrated. And whenever I see those things fall through the cracks, I'm like, nah, cannot have it. So I know. So that's literally 5 people.
So I should forward my email that I sent yesterday to Rachel.
Yeah, I already forwarded it to her.
Okay, well, I was gonna just respond to that one.
There you go. So anyways, I just want you guys to know that, just from a leadership perspective, if you experience that with me, with Rachel, with Lauren, with Kayla, Jamie, Brian, like, please tell me, give me feedback. And then I'll usually have a conversation that day. And then if it doesn't get fixed the third time, it's done. Like I cannot stand it. It drives me insane. So I know it's a little kind of intense, but I just have high expectations for our leadership team. So, so anyways, I want to give you guys an announcement, just kind of have a little bit about me too, from a leader standpoint. So
Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the headlines. Next week, I've got Jeff Harden with Okoye Insurance. The fall is gonna have a bunch of different vendors that we've never had before.
He's a great guy.
Highland Homes will be here. They will be bringing their big breakfast at home, but I've set it for later in the fall. But next night, if everybody can get here at 9:45, I really appreciate it. It makes me feel less. Party on the patio, September 13th, 7:30 to 10. Do y'all want to say anything?
Well, yes, we'll send out a message.
The biggest thing is if you are participating in Party on the Patio, and we'll send it out again today, the link to get your clients to RSVP is important, just so we have head counts for food, drinks, and make sure that we don't overbook or underbook, because if we do have space, obviously
We want to open it up,
yeah. Tattoo artists will send out kind of like the mock-up of flash tattoos that you can do. You can certainly bring your own ideas, but we did that. And then I don't know if there's anything else.
Leather, to let your clients know if they have anything leather that they want branded, that you can pay, they can pay to have that done.
Yeah. And we'll probably put an email or something together that you can post or share or something, so that we can put that all together, so you can send it out like the week, I guess, next week as a reminder about all of it.
Perfect. Yeah, appreciate y'all doing that. Okay, so September 25th, my pointer is working, but you can't see it on TV. Town Hall, it'll be on a Thursday, 11:30 a.m. We'll figure it out and let you know. That'll be on my list next week. License renewal. If your license is renewing in September, October, November, or even December, do it early because they are running behind. You put yours in Saturday night and today's Wednesday and it's not done yet.
See, and I did my legal file, that's how I got it in 24 hours.
But they're working on the system. They said there were gonna be delays getting everybody done and you're in Neverland. So, if you're doing it, do it early. Rental Beast, this is the last week. This will be on the slide, but Rental Beast is coming to MLS.
Have you watched it? Have you attended?
No.
Really?
No,
It's just in
it's just a thing that's coming. So you guys know about it.
like.
As of 2 days ago, the flood addendum for temporary residential leases is no more needed. Gone.
So if you're closing after September 1st, you don't have to have it?
Correct.
Because I got a thing on reach saying I needed it.
Well, Victoria,
Contract.
if it closes after September the 1st, we don't need the rental addendum. If it's in there, great. If it's not, no big deal. It's closing after September the 1st. It's not required. If you didn't get an auto pay notification from MetroTex or Greater Fort Worth, then you're not set up on auto pay. Please go into Greater Fort Worth Association of Realtors and make sure that you're set up on auto pay, because at the end of the month, they're going to hit me with that big long list of people, and then I got to call you and text you, and I don't want to do that, please. So if you're not on auto pay, if you didn't get a notification that you were drafted yesterday, you need to go check. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to hit I'm going to get rid of the chat for a second so we can hit market stats. I can find the mouse. There we go. Okay. So I think the big thing here is just that we are declining in the number of actual listings. 49,041. Now we're down to 47,709, which means there is some absorption going on. That's what happened to me. One of my listings said, you know what, we'll just wait till next spring and see what happens. So delisting is occurring. County over county, you can see that everybody's down except Wise County because they got 2 extra listings. So they went up 0.31%. Price decreases are staying pretty steady. We're not seeing a big increase in the amount of houses that are decreasing. As a matter of fact, it slowed down a little bit because Taja and I, like we were talking about, late August, early September, it's normally a slow time. So it's not unusual that showings are slow. People are still getting into the rhythm of school. And now we should start to see things start to
This is
pick
gonna
up.
be on my calendar because every year I walk in at this time of year and I complain to Brian, why is everything dead? So I put it on our calendar now.
This has been 10 years. You could have done that 10 years ago. Okay, this is Carissa's view.
You know your favorite every week.
You weren't here last week for that. I got put it on there last week too. But this gives you just a real quick view of what's going on in the counties, how many active listings are going on, what your price decreases are. And I started adding the full MLS here just so we could get a big picture. But now you got to remember, full MLS includes Northeast Louisiana and everything that's listed in our MLS, which that's 50,000 houses. So we saw 2,614. This is a 7-day view of the market. This is the pulse. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So those 2 slides combined together give you a real good picture of what is going on MLS wise and in your specific county. Now, if you want to, you can go in and modify your market watch down to a zip code, down to a neighborhood. And you can pull that information. That's what I'm using on my weekly Google Doc, is I'm going down to the zip code and saying, here's what's happening in 76108. Here's what's happening in 76244. So that's something you guys can do. Let's hit the national market update. It's fun for you guys. Sales, July showed a small year-over-year gain, helped by better affordability and more inventory. New home sales were down slightly in June, but prices are off 6% over a year and 12% since 2022. So it's more affordable now than it was 3 years ago. Home prices, Case-Shiller June data, slowest growth in 2 years for the first time in years. Home prices lagged overall inflation. Housing is stabilizing. Sales are mixed, but affordability is improving as prices cool and grow more slowly than inflation. Here's what happened last week. The Dow and the S&P posted 4 straight month gains. NASDAQ 5 months. They all slipped a little bit last week on inflation concerns. The PCE held at 2.6 year-over-year in July with no post-tariff surge, but consumer sentiment dipped on inflation worries. The economy, personal income and spending is up year over year. Business investment is strong, and the GDP grew 3.3% annually. These are all very good numbers. Markets are trending up, inflation is steady, and the economy remains solid, which probably means we're going to see some type of movement in September. We hope. We hope. But they've already baked it into the mortgage rates, guys. The rates have already been baked in, but that's why the mortgage rates are down. We'll go over that in a second. Construction spending, July overall growth expected. Keep an eye on residential building trends for housing supply signals. Mortgage applications trending upward, it's showing buyer demand holding strong. August forecast for the jobs report is modest job gains, wages rising, and a slight uptick in the unemployment rate. Easy takeaway, housing supply is steady, buyer demand is resilient, and the job market still supportive of home purchases. Here's the rates. So we actually had another drop, down 0.1% on the 30-year FHA, which that's kind of, I mean, we have to look at the conventional, and it went up 0.1, but I think the FHA is where the majority of the teeter-totter that we have, because most first-time buyers, entry-level buyers are probably looking at an FHA mortgage. So that's the most important thing to keep in mind, is that FHA is 6.09. Obviously, the 15-year, you can get it down to below 6, but that's a 15-year note. So you're paying more per month, but you're paying about quick. Do you have a question?
No.
All right. Business tip of the week. Having a clear vision for your business tells you where you're going and keeps you focused. But making that vision a reality requires a strong business plan that defines short and long-term goals and the strategies and tactics you'll use to reach them. We're going to kind of delve into this a little bit in our training, but I'll let you make that decision. A national real estate database reports that even with a slight decline in the numbers of sellers nationally, there are still about 36% more sellers than buyers, the biggest difference in 12 years.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
The buyer's market.
Okay, so now we're going to do a little trick, because I'm going to be saving
Trip or trip?
trick.
Oh.
I'm going to do a trick. I'm actually going to stop the recording, and this will be on YouTube. So let me stop this. Recording. Okay.